Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. I've just finished my head shave. If you watched that, you'll know that I had a great head shave. Used head slick and the head blade and it was outstanding, it really was. I've got a completely BBS head shave. Very, very, very minimal irritation at all, if any, that I can feel. I haven't used any post-shave balm or anything yet. I'll be using that after my face shave on my head and face. Anyway, let's get stuck in. As you've seen from the photo and the name at the start, Phoenix and Beau, Sanskrit. Sandalwood, black pepper and cardamom. Now, sandalwood's not a scent that I enjoy, but this is phenomenal. I love it. It's got a sort of spicy, clovey, cinnamony. I know there's no cinnamon in it, but it's just got that scent. It's warm. It's been very hot here today, but the aircon's been on, so the house is nice and cool. So I'm looking forward to using this. I haven't used this for a while. I think I used it twice when I first got it, one face and one head shave. So I'm looking forward to it. And I haven't used a Phoenix and Beau product for a while either. Turn and shave. From Milton. Now when I first picked this brush up, it was Milton's company was called Evershave, and obviously for obvious reasons very similar to Envy Shave, so he's changed his name to Turn and Shave. This one's got 25mm angel hair knot. It is the softest knot I've ever used. Quite well, it's not the softest knot I've ever used, let me rephrase that. I've used the kabuki knot, which is softer, but this is the softest shaving brush style knot that I've used. This one is built for shaving, I believe, and it's a beautiful brush. It's a good sized brush, and the actual handle itself is absolutely stunning. It really is stunning, and I'm looking forward to using it. I will be grabbing a couple more of Milton's brushes throughout the year, but I'm still trying to settle down at the moment with the job and the kids going to school and everything else, so once it settles we'll see how we go. And like I say, I'm also saving up to replace this iPhone with a camera as well, an actual dedicated camera, which I'm looking at the G7X at the moment from Canon. So let's get the brush dipped in the water, look at the excess, and then straight into the tub. So yeah, I don't know what the video quality is going to be like on this. I've actually had to take my iPhone into Apple on Saturday because I was having issues all week with the battery just draining. I would charge it up overnight and then get up in the morning, unplug it, get on the train to go to work, get up to work, and get up to training, and then by say 10 o'clock I'd have about 7% battery, so that in the space of 3 hours, 4 hours. So there was a bit of an issue going on there. I wasn't quite sure what it was, so it happened all the way through from sort of Saturday through until, well, pretty much from Saturday through till Saturday. So I was having some real problems with it, and it was really getting on my nerves. I was having to put my phone into flight mode when I wasn't actually using it, just to save the battery power. So took it into Apple, I booked an appointment, I popped online, got on the chat thing, just to see if someone may be able to help me over the chat. Now bearing in mind my phone is, I got it in September 2016, so it's about a year and a half old almost. Right, I've got absolutely shit tons in this brush. So I took it in. Now I've had to replace one iPhone before. I can't remember what the issue was, but there was a problem with it. Oh, I know what it was. I think it was a charging port. So they replaced that, no problem. So I took this one in thinking, well, let's just see what happens here. So I booked my time. I turned up. My appointment was meant to be at 12:32. I got there at about 12:29. I sat down and I had someone with me, and it was chockers. It was really busy. I had someone with me sort of within 10-15 minutes. So I wasn't waiting a major amount of time. I think it was about 1:45, something like that. Someone finally came to see me. I think his name was Juju, which I thought was quite funny. But he said, so he had a look, he pulled up this diagnostic thing to have a look at it, and he said, oh look, the battery looks fine. He said, but that doesn't really tell me anything. All that's telling me is that this test is telling me the battery's fine. So he did a further diagnostic check where you actually have a look at how the battery's been reacting during the charging cycle and the discharging cycle when it's not plugged in and it's actually discharging. And what we found there was that it was charging on a lovely smooth curve up, getting to the 100%, and then when I unplug it, it was spiking all the way down. So you'd see it would go down nice and smooth for like a short time, and then it would just spike down. So I was losing the time that he was actually testing it, there was 52% on the battery, and 10 minutes later there was 39% on the battery. So that gives you a bit of an idea. I'm just going to paint some water into this. This is going to be a beautiful lather, I can feel it already. The scent is gorgeous. Scent strength out of this is about 4 out of the tub, but because it's a little bit complex you get a lot of the scent on your face as well. So as a result of that, bearing in mind that the phone's about 16 months old or 15 months old, we just handed me a new phone. You know what? You can't get much better service than that. I've never had any real issues with Apple, but I always find when I have one, they're always there to sort of help. And even if your phone is out of warranty and they won't actually replace it for free, you get a new iPhone at a discounted price as long as the one that you're bringing back is in reasonable condition. Not that that matters too much, because I think they just melt them down and start again. I don't think they actually refurbish phones anymore. They used to, but I don't think they do that anymore. So we brought out the new phone and away I went. So I've got a brand spanking new iPhone 7, which will be great because my wife will be getting that in September when I upgrade, because I'm a tech man, I'm the one that always upgrades. She doesn't bother. She'd probably stick with her iPhone 5C if there was nothing else going. So I can't wait to get my next iPhone. I just don't know what to get yet. Obviously I'm assuming they'll release a new one in September this year. So I'm hoping it's an iPhone 9. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be the iPhone 10 Plus and the 8 Plus. Or the 8. Whatever it is. Oh, this lather's coming out lovely. It really is. I'm just going to wipe this handle down a little bit. So yeah, so I was really impressed again with Apple's service. You know, a lot of people shoot them down, which is fair enough. A lot of people just don't like Apple. You know, they might have had it before and they might have had their own issues, which luckily I've never really had any problems, but just from my own personal experience. The customer service is as good, if not better, than most major companies. Look at this lather. This is just stunning stuff. I mean, look, there's a little bit of air bubbles and stuff here and there, but this is absolutely stunning. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Obviously all my microphone ports and everything are all brand new again, so I've got no real blockages or anything, dust or anything like that, that'll stop the microphone volume from going through or me speaking coming into the mic. And then also, instead of 4K, which I've been recording in, I've dropped it down to 1080p and 60 frames per second, which is what Spencer runs his on. Now it's a different phone, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm a little bit excited because I've never done 60 frames per second before, so 4K at 30 frames per second I don't think comes out quite as nice as the 1080p at 60 frames, so we'll see how we go. Muhle R89. I've got a brand new Derby blade in there, Derby, or whatever you want to call them. I call that Derby. So we'll see how we go with this. I haven't used a Derby blade in this razor before, it could be rotten, I've no idea. And you know what? It feels pretty nice. I've never really had any issues with Derby blades, if I'm honest. Does it feel as nice as an asset? I don't think so. But that's pretty smooth. Well, it's very smooth, so there's no tugging or anything, there's no irritation with it. Let's say I've got two and a bit days growth. Oh, the scent on this soap is beautiful. It actually reminds me a bit of a curry. It's got those sort of spices in it. It doesn't smell like a curry, so don't think if you buy it you're going to get a curry smelling soap. Not at all. But it's got that sort of spices through the cardamom, the pepper. Curry over it. Phoenix and Beau does it really does a great job of blending his scents. So I've been really impressed with it. I haven't had a bad shave from a Phoenix and Beau soap. This blade feels lovely. So there you go, Derby blade. They don't come much cheaper than these blades. Don't get me wrong, there's guys out there, they hate them, they don't look for them. But that for me was beautiful and smooth, pretty sharp, got a pretty good result there. Excuse me, I'm just going to empty out this first set of water. So yeah, just to give a bit of a shout out to Flash Bowden as well. So if you head over to Flash Bowden, he's commented on my channel for long over a year, I believe. He might even have been there from the start. He started up his own channel. I only just sort of found out about it because a few of the guys that follow this channel said to go and have a look. Pretty impressed. I haven't commented on these videos yet, I think I've watched 2 or 3. I haven't commented yet. I just haven't had the time, but I've watched them and it's been so sort of busy in the house. I actually thought he was German when I first heard him talk because there was so much background noise in the house. So I've realised now I think he's actually Welsh, but I'm still not 100% sure. But he'll do well. I can tell you that right now. I think his channel will appeal to a lot of people. He's got a great sense of humour, very dry sense of humour, and I got that from his comments as well. But he's very knowledgeable as well in wet shaving. In some respects, I think the way he's done it, and the way a lot of the guys did it, Spencer, Ken, shaving and BSing, those guys sort of got on the scene first and started using all the products and got a good feel for wet shaving before they jumped into it. Unlike myself and Paul H, and I don't know who else has started off from scratch, because if I'm honest, everyone else that I watch appears to have started after sort of either watching my channel or watching Paul H, Nick Shaves, or Geo Fatboy. I've been thinking about sort of wet shaving on the sort of blog side and advertising side for wet shavers and stuff like that. So I'm not smart enough. I just don't have that drive to make shaving products like soaps, anything like that, pre-shaves or post-shaves or splashes. I don't have that drive. It's not something that really interests me. I love reviewing stuff and using things, that's my jam. But what I was thinking was actually starting up an Australian sort of, almost like a blog, sort of like a blog site, but sort of promoting Australian. You know, somewhere you guys can go from the States and Europe and the UK and Africa and South America, wherever you guys watch from, and actually find some Australian products, maybe get some promotion codes, things like that, you know, cheaper shipping code. I mean, I don't know, just thinking outside the box. I've got no idea what I'm doing right here. I'm shaving one way and the other way, and see, it's not going to be the, well, do you know what, it will be a massive benefit for Aussies as well. having the knowledge of just one site. You know, just linking things like the Stray Whisker, Beard and Blade, Squadron Soaps, Wolfpack, Whispers of the Woods, Australian Private Reserve, and actually linking all these guys onto one place. Because sometimes, I mean, it's quite hard in my opinion sometimes to actually find Australian artisans if you don't know the name of them. I did a lot of searching in the beginning trying to find people, and it was a nightmare. So being able to have a site that promotes everyone for their merits. You know, there's some things like Beard and Blade stock Phoenix and Beau soaps now. There's a lot of Aussies probably don't know that. So if you want to get hold of Phoenix and Beau like I'm using now, and you're in Australia, you can get it on Beard and Blade. If you want to get something like, my memory's totally gone, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a Portuguese soap, I think it's Portuguese, that they sell on Stray Whisker. I can't remember the name of it now, that's terrible. No, there's a lot of stuff on Stray Whisker you can't get on Beard and Blade. There's stuff you can get on shave.com.au for head shaving and he's mainly head shaving and cartridges, if that's the sort of way you're looking at it. But trying to find all these things and put them all together, you have to go into forums, you have to go through Facebook, you're asking a lot of questions. It'd be great to have somewhere you can just type in, find it, and just find whatever you want and actually be directed to those sites. You know, it would make life a lot easier in my opinion. God, this soap is so slick. And it just smells great. Very warming soap. Now I'm going to do one more pass and just come across this way. I don't know what I was doing there, it's going all over the place. But mainly just to show you the quality of this lather and the quality of the brush. The brush is beautiful. If you've got sensitive skin, you cannot look past this brush, it's so soft. You can't really beat that. Well, you can, but it won't come much better than that. I'll be stuffed where that squealing's come from. So here we go. Cross grain, other direction. So my new internet, which was installed last week, Optus, has been absolutely phenomenal. I've been absolutely blown away by it. It's just far superior to Telstra. I have actually been doing a little bit against the grain around my lips lately. I find it lasts a lot longer during the day. And I find that the lips are the sort of area that people hone into when you're talking to them. You sort of look at people's lips, it's just a habit. People look people in the eyes, but a lot of people look on your lips to see what you're saying as well, try and figure out, especially with my accent. So when I talk, I find more people look at my lips than they do my eyes, because they have to sort of look, oh fuck, did he say that? What's he saying? Tell you what, this is a beautiful shave. also put in my secondary employment forms, so I'm hoping to hear back from them sometime this week. I've been told that there shouldn't be any issues, but you just never know. When I actually joined the transit offices, I spoke to the main boss. He was in my interview, and I basically said to him, look, I'm not looking to keep doing the window cleaning when I actually get into this job and get settled. I want to sell it, but things have changed and the money is required, so I'm going to have to do it for a little bit longer. Like that. You know, you can go out and spend $500 on a Wolfman, 300 odd bucks on a timeless, charcoal goods, you name it. That's one of the closest shaves I've had. And the irritation management of the actual shave itself, irritation management. I can't remember who it was that gave me that idea of that words. He actually used them words, so I stole it off him. Irritation management with that razor and that soap and everything else is just great. I've got no weepers, no cuts, no nicks, no nothing. Lovely soft. And look, it's not BBS, but it's pretty damn good for me, I tell you what. I'm getting better, I'm getting closer, I'm starting to get a little bit more against the grain here and there, and I'm just trying to add a little bit, and what I'm planning on is working around my lips and then just working out a little bit and just see where it takes me. But so far so good, really enjoyed that shave there. So I'll pop this on now, stray whisker afterburn, and then I'll rinse my brush out, rinse the soap out, talk about that, and then I'll piss off and leave you guys alone. Most of you are probably already hung up anyway. I need a little bit more than that because I'm doing this. Head and face. The stray whisker afterburn was really nice. And that's pretty much, do you know what that is? Pretty much dried in completely, already absorbed. It's got quite a pleasant scent. It is unscented, but it's got a nice scent, and I'm assuming it's whatever's in there just gives it that nice bit of scent. Very, very minimal, small amount of menthol in it. You just feel it. It's almost not worthwhile having it, if I'm honest. I can feel it a little bit, but because I've been using that Anheuser for the past week, Anheuser is exceptional. Post-shave feel, the menthol feel, the burn that you get from it is it's actually the astringent properties of it. It's a real high quality balm. I'm really impressed with it. So I found out, I think it was Tony had a bit of a look online for it, and he could only actually find it in India, so it might be a case of getting a bit of a group buy between some people, because it really is that good. I actually like this not so much. I was actually contemplating having it set into my dual duck, which I haven't used since because the knot's just terrible, but that would look lovely in the dual duck. I think looks stunning. I know it's synthetic and it sort of takes away from that classic brush, but look, it's something I'll probably keep forever, I think. I don't know yet. I think the rubber set 400 is still the brush that I want. I do like the dual duck, but it's not, doesn't float my boat quite as much as the rubber set 400. I've got the Razor Rock 400, the orange one. I love the shape of it. I love the weight of that plastic one. The one thing that puts me off the dual duck just a little bit is it's very light. Now if I could get the knot out and actually sink a weight inside it, I think it would make a massive difference rather than having that light handle. That's probably just a little bit too much to try and sort out. So the soap for today, Sanskrit from Phoenix and Beau. Just a beautiful soap. It really is. Sandalwood, black pepper and cardamom. It smells great, it really does. And Kerry also prints the Phoenix and Beau logo onto the soap as well, very similar to OSP, that sort of thing. 4 ounces of soap, I think it is. 100, have a look, so got it on it. 115 grams, so that's 4 ounces, I think, roughly. Not 100% sure. But it lasts a long time. It's not a super soft soap, but it's not a really hard soap, so it will last a good while. Like I say, I've used this 3 times and I can still see the logo indented in there, no problem. There's loads of soap left in that tub. Turn and shave brush from Milton over in the States. Absolutely beautiful. It really is. The knot's phenomenal. The guy's on a winner, really. I think over the next little while. He's also got coins down the bottom which look great. It really finishes his brushes off now. They're really personalised and they're his, you know. Anyone picked that up in 20 years time and didn't know what it was, they would never know it was made from Milton. So to have the coin on there now makes a massive difference in my opinion. Razor, wow. Really impressed with this. Muhle R89 Derby blade. I can't ask for much more than that. It was stunning. My skin feels great, really does. I've got no real redness down here at all, which I normally have. My skin's actually been really good this week. Shaving every day but still getting good results, and if anything my skin's got better by this form of shaving, especially at night. Cold water shaves after a shower seems to be doing something for my skin. But yeah, really impressed with that today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know they've been long, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.